I'm Jimmy, this is office hours, so let's go ahead and jump right in. So this user wants to know how they can keep a track of headaches and tally them by month. This is a perfect case for a monthly overview, and I have a great video on how to automatically link months, but I think this needs a little bit of a more detailed response since this user seems to be new to Notion. So I am jumping over to my sample page right here, and I'm going to see if I have a months database that already exists. Okay, I haven't created a months database, so I'm going to go ahead and create a months database. That is very imperative to what this user is trying to do because they want a monthly tally of these headache entries per month. So the two databases that I'm going to create in my backend are going to be a headache database, and I'm going to set it up so that it matches their schema, which is just the date, I believe, and two select properties. All right, so I'm going to add in some sample entries just to make sure that this works, and I'm going to remove some of these and remove some of these as well. All right, so let's go ahead and create that monthly database. So a traditional months database has two properties for me, and that allows for automatic monthly tracking. So that is going to be the first of the month and a property that tells you whether it's the current month or not. All right, and then this is going to be the first of the month, and this is going to be a recurring property or a recurring template that is just going to repeat on the first of the month. And you would set that recurrence to be monthly every month on the first. I'm going to not turn that on because I don't want that to happen, but that's what this is going to be. I'm going to create two different months. All right, and then that current month property is going to be super simple. It's just going to make sure that the first of the month, the month that corresponds to, we look at that, is going to look like that, and we're just going to make sure that this equals the current month, which is going to be found using the now property. So if I replace this with now, we see that it looks the exact same because it is January. Grab this here. I'm going to see if these are equal. Okay. If I save that, you can see that the current month is January and it is not February. So now I'm going to relate this to the headaches database. And it's going to be a two-way relation like this. And if I jump back into the headaches database, I'm going to make sure that this is only limited to 1 month. All right, I'm going to manually link these three. So these two are going to be January, and this one is going to be February. After I've done this manual linkage, I'm going to go into the front end and kind of show you what it would look like to calculate the properties for seeing that monthly overview. So I'm going to grab the months database. Wait, this is the correct one. I'll rename this. Yeah, this should be the correct one, and then I'm going to turn this into a gallery view. Here, hide this, and then hide everything else that is irrelevant. I'm going to sort it by the first of the month. Now we are going to get those values from the headaches property. So I'm going to take a couple of things out of here. So the first thing I'm going to find is number of headaches. So that is going to be super simple. And it is going to be just, and there are two ways to use this length property. You can either do this, or you can use the other way, which is just putting it inside the length. And that is just going to be a simple value. Since this is just a simple number, you can leave it like that, or you can go ahead and format it a little bit by saying you had plus the name of the month. Okay, So you can do a little bit more formatting here, but this is pretty straightforward. So you had 2 headaches in January 2025. I'm just going to leave it like that for now because that makes the most sense to me. And I'm going to kind of duplicate this so that I can get some of those values for the multi-select. So the first one is number of headaches, and then the second one is going to be symptoms. Okay, I'm going to get rid of all of this stuff here and see what this looks like. Okay, that makes sense. So first I'm going to flatten this list. I'm going to flatten this, and then I'm going to get the unique value. Okay, cool. So that tells me the unique values from this, and then I'm going to join this using a comma and a space. Okay, and then I'm going to do something like this because I want it to be a little bit simpler. I'm going to grab this, and I'm also going to style this. And the only style I'm putting on this is going to be bold. Alright, so that's what that looks like. And I'm going to do the same exact thing for medications. And here I grab medications, and here I'm going to grab medications as well. Okay. So this is pretty simple, and I'm going to show those here as well. Number of headaches, symptoms, medications. So this is a quick and easy way to set this up, and then I'm going to address a couple of other things. You can do a lot of different things with this. You can add a color, you can add styling, you can add dividers, you can do a bunch of stuff. But this is the most simple way to get the final result that you wanted, and you can take just this base plate or this template that we have and go ahead and change it up as much as you want. Another thing I'm going to address is what I was saying with automatic month. So the way that is going to work, so I'm going to create a button that creates a new headache entry, and this is going to add a page to the headaches database, and it is going to be for today, and everything else is going to be the same. Here, the only option I have here is to select a specific month, but I don't know which month it's going to be in. So instead of doing that, I'm going to just run this and see what happens. I'm also going to open that page in SidePeek just to see what ends up happening. So if I click this, I see this new headache entry. It's pretty straightforward for me to go ahead and add the month in. So I can just choose the month and then choose the medicine and choose whatever happened, and you can also update this to wrap all properties. You can also go ahead and add more things in and see that it does work. Like for example, if I took Motrin, you can see that this updated to have Motrin in it. So it does work, but a simple thing that you can do to make it work a little bit better is do that automatic month, and I'm just going to show you how to do that here. So we are going to edit pages in the months database. We are going to edit the pages that have current month checked. And this headache, I'm going to add the headache that was added up here. And if I click done and then I press this, we can see that the month will get automatically added relatively soon. So it's just makes it a little bit faster. I think it's really cool, and I add it whenever I have a month table, so you can definitely use it. I know that you said that you had a form set up, so it makes more sense to not use this type of entry, but whatever works for you, go ahead and work with that. But this is how to set up a little bit of an automation and kind of get into the automation sphere. But yeah, that should be everything for this. This will go ahead and be available down in the description. But thanks for watching Office Hours, and I hope this definitely helped you out.